Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman supporting the president at a recent rally. And right now he's telling us why he's still on board with Biden as some of his colleagues jump ship. Please welcome Senator John Fetterman. Welcome to the show again, Senator. Now, you bring up a very good point in that clip, that Biden is the only person who has ever beaten Trump, yet we are starting to see more high-level cracks inside the party. Yesterday, Nancy Pelosi herself opened the door to replacing Biden. Did her comments surprise you at all?
No, I just really want people to be reminded, like, who has the only person to ever beat Trump on that? And now we have a great president, a great president. Now, we have the kind of president that has the record that you can be proud of. Or you have the other one with a record that you really wouldn't want to talk to your mama about it. Or you have another president who you'd be eager to shake his hand. Or the other one, you might be wondering where that hand's been. You know, so I'm proud to stand with him to make that argument now. And I only have my own voice. And if other people have said other things, again, I thought that was really brilliant that was said that whatever platform that you have, I'm not going to spend that demeaning or damaging the president. You might have not agree with what I'm saying, but again, there's a different way to go about that. And that's certainly, I think that's also possible throughout all of this.
Well, Senator, there is concern about Joe Biden's cognitive abilities for some people. People saw the debates. Many say the administration is being sort of opaque about his condition. People, of course, expect Trump to lie, but they don't expect lies from the Biden administration. Should he, in your view, take a cognitive test to quell some of these fears? And do you have any questions about his ability to serve?
The president's health and those choices are his and his only on that. And I don't think that's meaningful at this point. He's our guy. He won the primary. Nobody else meaningful challenged that, except for the Gillette guy, and that didn't go well. And I'd like to remind everybody, again, you have a choice. Would you rather have a great economy or a bad debate? Or would you have a really bad economy and a good debate on that? And I also want to remind you that debates do not determine who is going to win. In fact, statistically, if you examine that, you know, Hillary and Trump in 2016, I was actually in the audience for that first one, and she smoked him in all three debates, and of course we know how that went. Or Barack Obama, I know he lost in the debates, and of course he had been an incredible second term. And even if you go back to Kerry as well, debates don't determine that. And if debates were determinative, I wouldn't be standing here right now as a United States Senator, because I had a really rough debate. And now, and the polls said that I was going to lose, and people might would have thought that I've thrown it away. But like I said, I won by a historic margin of 5 points. And I'm proud to stand with the president, and it has been transparent. I've spent a whole day with him in Sunday in Pennsylvania. People were happy to be seen with him. They were excited to have a selfie, and they were enthusiastic that you can't fake that kind of a thing. Now, you get outside of the bubble and all of the think pieces now, you get in front of real Democrats in state like my own, and people are proud to be here and excited to be here, and we know it's going to be close. Look at the side of the crowd I'm sure you'll see with Trump when he's in Butler this weekend, and it's going to be significant. He is popular. I've said in 2016 that it's going to be close. It's going to be close, and it was close in 20, and of course it's going to be very close here in 24, but I do believe Joe Biden is the one guy, the right guy, and that's going to be my guy.
Senator Fetterman, I'm curious how you think Biden can turn this around at this point. So Biden has said only the Lord Almighty can convince him to drop out of the race. He's pointed fingers at the media, at elites. He says he doesn't believe the polls. He's talking about his crowd.
I mean, turn it around. I'm not sure what you mean by turning around. Again, he had a rough debate, and he just had some really great events in my own state, and he's been doing a really great job through the NATO convention as well. And what I think hopefully needs to turn and change is that people that seems to be his friend or an ally, you know, getting in front of it in the Washington Post or in the New York Times and saying that you're entitled to your opinion, but I don't understand why that's helpful on that. But Joe Biden is committed to stay in this race, and that's our guy. And I don't understand why Republicans, after the trial or after conviction and all the other terrible things that is part of his record, Republicans circle up and stand with him. And with Democrats, we all panic. And I've never remember, if you're in a foxhole, that panicking has ever made that situation any better.
Well, Senator, with due respect, some Republicans did speak out against Trump and have continued to, but currently Joe Biden is losing your home state by as many as 10 points, and he's starting to be a drag on Bob Casey's reelection. How does he in 3.5 months turn that around?
I don't. People were telling me in 2020 that he was going to drag me, or it was going to be he was unpopular, and I was proud. I was proud to campaign with him. At any chance I had, I was proud to stand with him. And again, I smoked Oz. And again, it's because I stood with our president, and that's where I am right now. Now it's my turn. It's my turn to have his back on that. And I would just remind every single person right now, if it wasn't for Joe Biden, Trump would be in the White House still, and he'd be working on his 3rd term right now.
Senator, right after you leave us, you're heading to meet with the rest of your Democratic colleagues and top advisors in the Biden campaign. What do you expect to happen there?
Spirited, magical, and not unlike a Taylor Swift concert. Well, no, but there might be strong opinions, and I think you probably, you know what my opinion's going to be, and I'm going to be there proudly talking about Joe Biden, why he's our guy, and I think I'm going to have a lot of allies in there too. But you're going to be able to read about it because it's an important conversation that a lot of people are going to want to know how it all works out. But I'm proud to be there, and I'm going to be proud to be there all in for Joe Biden.
Senator, if I ever find myself at war and I find myself in a foxhole, I want you by my side. Trump, but my question is...
Thank you.
Trump's got to be a big foxhole for the two of us. Trump has been relatively quiet in recent days, but his Republican National Convention is next week. Recently, we've seen him deny ties to Project 2025. Seemingly, he's given up on the push for a federal abortion ban and softened the party's stance on same-sex marriage language. Do you believe this sudden turnaround by Trump? Are you buying it?
Well, of course, he's all about the program to 2025. I mean, look at some of the kinds of gross things that he's hugged, and he's embraced that kind of stuff, whether it's Putin or any kinds of the fringe on the right, and having dinners with neo-Nazis, remember at Mar-a-Lago. And now, he's afraid of that. He backed away from that. I think you really have to remember what that's all about.
Right. They seem to the right wing in this country seems to goose step to his tune all the time. And the Democrats, no, we're all complaining and bitching about everything.